What it was like growing up in Germany during World War II. In Nazi Germany, babies were trained, not nurtured. Nazi parenting aimed to suppress emotional needs. One book led the charge, The German Mother and Her First Child. It was written by Nazi doctor Johanna Harrer. By 1945, it had sold around 600,000 copies. Harrer instructed mothers to ignore their babies' emotions. She said babies should be left alone for 3 months. Feeding was strictly timed, brief, and mechanical. No cuddling allowed, no rocking permitted, no comfort provided whatsoever. If the baby cried, mothers were told to ignore it. Harrer claimed this would toughen both child and parent. She believed babies had no real minds or emotions. Crying was just passing time. She wrote, "Too much attention," she warned, "created tyrants." She said affection would spoil and weaken boys. The goal was to raise soldiers, not sensitive humans. Children had to submit fully to the community's will. Individuality was seen as weakness or rebellion. By 1933, youth groups were already popular in Germany, but the Nazis had their own youth movement in place. They created the Hitler Youth in 1922 for indoctrination. By January 1933, 50,000 kids were enrolled. By the end of that year, it grew to 2 million. By 1939, over 90% of kids were forced to join. First, they banned left-wing and Jewish youth groups. By 1936, all scouting groups were illegal. The Hitler Youth became the only legal option for German youth. Hitler Youth looked like scouts, but they weren't. They hiked, camped, sang songs, and wore uniforms. But the real training was military and ideological. Girls learned sewing and gymnastics. Boys were drilled in weapons and survival. Everyone pledged loyalty to Hitler. Propaganda was baked into every activity. Love for the Führer replaced love from home. Alphonse Heck was one of millions swept up in it. He said,
"I belong to Hitler, body and soul."
Even after the war, the effects took years to fade. By 1945, boys were pulled from school to fight. Many died in hopeless missions as child soldiers. Some were executed if they tried to resist. Those who survived faced prison or camps. The Hitler Youth was banned after the war. Today, it's seen as one of the regime's darkest tools.